These guys are fired up. Our crew is fired up. Game one's coming your way next.
Well, hell,
inches duck. Goodness, almost got her.
I would have hit her straight in the head or on the back right there.
Jeepers. If you're in the stands and a foul ball is coming your way, don't duck and look to see where it's at because it might
Get out
hit
of the
you
way.
still.
Yeah, you got to get out of the way. Oh. If you get hit, do you get to keep the ball, or do you?
You're keeping something.
A really
It's a
big
souvenir.
bruise. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit, foul again. What a bat here for Smitherman. Well, one thing for sure, if you get hit in the right place, you end up with stitches there. I mean, as far from the stitches of the ball.
Baseball, yeah.
Leave a nice mark. Still just 1 away here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Smitherman trying to get Anderson into the final at 4:30 or a little bit later. Here's the pitch. Line to the right side, base hit. Rounding third. Here's Jones. The throw from Schubert is in time. No!
Oh, he's called it
safe. Dreer missing the tag at home plate. Anderson advancing from down 6 runs to get the win.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kokomo. It is the final day of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament. It is championship day. Happy Mother's Day as well. The championship, it's Anderson at 27-18 after 2 come from behind wins, including the win over the top-seeded Franklin Grizzlies yesterday. Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Also by Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And by Boilermakers Local 374. When you need a safe, dependable workforce, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374. Troy Nergowski, Sean Kroll, we've had the last 2 games, everything you'd want in baseball, and it is now forced to the final game. Today, you go to the NCAA tournament or you go home.
It's been an unbelievable tournament we've had, Troy. You look at Anderson, lost the very first game in this tournament to Rose-Hulman, and yet here they are, win or go home after 2 incredible come-from-behind victories yesterday. The walk-off we saw to lead off the broadcast against Transy in the morning, and then they came back and they were done. 5-2 going into the 9th, and they come off the deck and score 4 runs and win the baseball game, and here we are. It's incredible.
You very rarely see something like that happen 2 times in a row, though, especially in tournament play when you're facing the top 2 seeds.
It is, and the question is, I just mentioned Anderson getting up off the deck. How does Franklin respond? Because they took a gut punch yesterday.
They did.
They really did. They had their closer in. They had a 3-run lead, and they had to stay the night again, and here we are. Now it's do or die for them. How do they respond? I'm curious how Coach Marshall dealt with the team last night. What was the mood like? How was it like this morning? That's really going to play a huge part in how this goes. And, Anderson's playing with house money.
They really are. Well, I'll tell you what, they're hoping today to, certainly not fall behind and have to battle it back again. I'm sure they'd love to get off to a better start, get that offense rolling, because you're going to see, 2 number 1s today, right?
You are going to see 2 number 1s, but let's make no mistake about it. If Anderson does fall behind, they're comfortable with it because that's the way they've been all tournament. Yeah, both number 1s for both squads, starting with Anderson. Landon Southern, he is a righty, 6-4 with a 4.75 ERA. 13 games started, 1 complete game, 72 innings pitched. The number that scares me, 45 walks, but 88 strikeouts.
When you look at what these pitchers will have to do today, and the numbers again, you start looking at the stat sheet and you think of about a Franklin team averaging 9 runs per game. You look at an Anderson team at 8.5. I mean, this has got to be a game where, again, they're going to throw everything out there. We know that. But you want to get as many innings as you can out of these front guys. But these offenses are just outrageous.
They are ridiculous. They can bash the ball. We saw yesterday Sean Sullivan hit an absolute nuke out, over the sidewalk beyond left field. And we've seen all these guys do it. We've seen Justin Reed hit some absolute bombs. But, I think it comes down to everybody is available.
Right.
For Anderson, that might have been a possibility yesterday. Franklin, they're like, well, we've still got one more in our back pocket. Today, everybody is available. Whether you've thrown or not, if you can give us an inning or a couple of batters, you're going to do it. And they're going with Matthew Johnston as Franklin, 5-1, 3.52 ERA. 12 games started, 39 walks, 69 strikeouts, 230 opponents' batting average.
I feel bad for Maddox Maines because I know watching him last night after losing that ball game, he walks down the right field line just kind of by himself, and I would venture to say he'd love to have another opportunity here today if it does present itself.
Yeah, if you're a competitor, you're not concerned about what happened yesterday. You kind of try and put that to bed. I'm a big fan of Ted Lasso, the TV show, and he talked about, why goldfish are always so happy? They have a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish.
Yeah.
That's what Maddox Maines has to do. That's what Franklin has to do. And I'm sure if he gets the opportunity, he wants nothing more than to come out and be aggressive and show them that yesterday was an anomaly.
Well, by the way, speaking of hitting, we're also talking about so much about this Franklin team, and they're a 301 hitting average, but this Anderson team, they're at 334, and they've again come up with some of the biggest hits. Another thing, too, I think that has been a big key, they've taken advantage of the other team's mistakes. You throw a ball away, you drop a ball, whatever the case may be, and they've been able to do that, and that's why they're here.
They've been fantastic, and you look, I think one of the big things, too, for Anderson is their team ERA in the tournament is 4.20.
Yeah.
Which is a lot better than what they showed in the regular season. You think, oh, well, what's Franklin's? 2.33.
Yeah.
And yet they just lost yesterday, but they're going to come back with their ace today. In unlikely heroes, Trey Dorton has been fantastic for Anderson, hitting 444 in the tournament. And you look at Franklin, Jonathan LaGuardia-Cruz, Redmond, Lipscomb, Noah Wood, all hitting over 400, but Noah Wood's not in the lineup today.
Yeah.
He got drilled a couple times last night, fouled one off his leg too. He's not in the starting lineup. What kind of difference does that make?
Could be a big one. We're going to find out here in just a few moments. The first pitch is right around the corner. Hard to predict what's going to happen here in a game, basically a game 7, you might say, in an elimination game. It could be wild.
I being a baseball fan and being super superstitious, I'm surprised Anderson's not wearing their orange jerseys.
I am too. I've noticed that myself. They are not here today for this final game of this tournament. It's going to be fun. Looks like a good crowd on hand here today, as you would expect. You look at this Franklin team and Anderson team, they're very, very close here to relatively close to Kokomo, so a lot of fans have shown up here today. It'll be 2 at the top, Landon Southern for Anderson, Matthew Johnson on the mound for Franklin. Franklin trying to not only avenge what happened last year. They were the regular season champions. They did not win the tournament. This year they were probably the heavy favorites in a lot of ways because of all the things they could do. They lose a shocker yesterday, as you said a little bit ago. How will they respond coming in here today? They want to get to the NCAA tournament, but I'm pretty sure Anderson has a lot to say about it here in this final game after 2 big wins. We'll come back. First pitch on the way right here in HCAC TV. Back once again here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, the final time we will be here. And again, as we've documented, and many of you watched, Anderson coming back, beating Transylvania down 6-0 at one point. They're losing, as Sean had said, in the 9th inning last night. They come back and win again, so this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I was trying, during the anthem, looking at the flags, was trying to see how the wind is reacting. The flag's off and on, but to me, when the wind blows, it looks like it's going from a little bit from right field to left field. We'll see how well the ball carries here early, because that makes a huge difference. When the ball has been carrying, left field has been a prime spot for guys to go bridge.
Yeah.
So,
and not only did it go bridge, they go trees.
Over the bridge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, your starter again for Franklin, Matthew Johnson, you gave his numbers earlier. Been very effective this year. 5 wins in his 12 starts, and the right-hander getting his final warm-up tosses. You see the lineup we'd be facing right there. Gordon, Jones, Smitherman, Reed, Wolf, Dorton, Casas Jr., Renard, and Reedy.
What an Ironman Casas Jr. has caught every game in this tournament for Anderson. We talked about the fact that Noah Wolf is not in the lineup. We don't know for sure, but most likely because of how many times he took shots yesterday. Casas the same way. Yeah, he's still behind the plate. That is a tough young man.
Very tough. Here we go. Connor Gordon to lead things off. Official start time at 12:03. And the first pitch up high, and we are underway in this championship game.
Let's crown ourselves a champion.
We'll set the defense for you in a moment. Here's the next pitch on the way, low and outside, 2-0. Lipscomb behind the plate early at first, Redmond at second, Sanders at short, Reed at third. Willman, Sullivan, and LaGuire Cruz in the outfield left to right. And already a 3-0 count now to Gordon.
That is something you do not want to do, is walk the lead-off hitter.
The pitch on the way, and it caught the outside corner for strike one.
Johnson has one start in this tournament, pitched 6 innings, got the win. I take that back. He did not get a decision. That's the game they walked off in the 9th against Manchester.
Foul tip held on there by Lipscomb, and after a 3-0 start, we'll go to 3-2.
He gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts.
Got him looking. Boy, what a pitch there by Johnson. Falls behind at 3-0 and strikes him out.
Nice comeback there. You got to love that if you are the Grizzlies.
Charlie Jones, left-handed hitter, steps in. Jones at 346, no home runs and 22 runs driven in. Ground ball foul, right side.
And there's the first ping of the day.
There it is. Outfield shifted a little bit, at least at center field, by Sullivan toward right field for the left-handed hitting Jones. Breaking pitch, called strike.
That was a nice breaking ball there from Johnson. Great recovery after starting off with 3 balls to the leadoff hitter.
Quickly headed 0-2. Here's the pitch on the way. Hit him. Tried to come inside, and unfortunately too far, and so we got our first base runner of the ball game. Here is Tyler Smitherman. Smitherman at 333, 10 home runs and 48 runs driven in. Had a big day yesterday.
Yeah, 292 for the series, and a couple of game-winning base hits in this series as well. He's been clutching those big moments.
Pitch by Johnson. Way out in front is Smitherman. He falls behind now at 0-1.
The opening videos, he had the base knock against Transy that got them to the evening game yesterday.
Pitch on the way, check swing. He did commit, and he's quickly behind at 0-2.
Again, reminder, Anderson lost the first game of this tournament, so they have had to win every game to get to this point, and they have.
That pitch bouncing, heading to second is Jones. The throw down not in time. 1-2 now to Smitherman.
Anderson's not afraid to take opportunities, especially on that 55-foot breaking ball right there. They don't steal a ton of bases, but they're opportunistic.
Ground ball foul, left side. It will stay at 1-2.
Very nice.
Well, Johnson came back strong after falling down, as you mentioned, to Connor Gordon. See if he can come back strong here against Smitherman. But still ahead in the count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Way outside.
I'm sure Coach Marshall is keeping, an eagle eye on Johnson, because at the first sign of trouble, do you trust him and let him go, or do you go to the bullpen?
Fastball right underneath the chin of Smitherman. We'll go to 3-2 for the second time in her first 3 hitters.
Fooled Gordon to lead off the game. Can he fool Smitherman again?
The stretch, Johnson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball toward the shortstop. Sanders the backhand, the throw in time. It does get the runner to third. That'll bring up Justin Reed.
It's a huge play for Sanders, because a big play in the 9th inning yesterday, ground ball to him, tried to throw to second to get a force, threw it away. Another run scored, allowed runners to move up, so that's probably got to settle him down a little bit.
So here is Justin Reed, 352, 10 home runs and 54 runs driven in. He'll take the pitch outside for ball 1.
But we do want to remember Reed has had issues with his thumb.
There's a strike. Anderson, the number 5 seed in this tournament, trying to pull off another major upset here today. Big cut and a miss. Justin Reed out of Martinsville. Swing and a miss, and how about that? Johnson leaving a runner at third. 2 strikeouts in the innings. Good start for the right-hander for Franklin. After a half inning of play, Anderson nothing. Franklin coming to bat.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Well, Franklin's offense will go to work with A.J. Sanders, Sean Sullivan, and Tyson Lipscomb. You have a point to make here about this Anderson team.
Yeah, you did. You said they were the 5 seed, and the six seeds made it, but it kind of clicked in my head looking back. Anderson had to win their last 3 games to even get into the tournament, which they did, taking the last 2, 1 against Transy and 2 against Mount St. Joseph, that even got them here.
Yeah.
And then they lost their first game, and now they've kind of gone on this winning streak. And that's the premise, really, of all these tournaments. Just get to the dance.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens.
Yeah, and they have. And, you speak of that, and they really did come down. How many teams were involved in that final weekend? Some played on Friday, some played on Saturday, and just about everybody played on Sunday. And I was watching it go.
Oh, yeah.
There were some teams had leads. If they kept the lead, they would have been in. They lose. And
well, you look at the softball side, too, Transy went to Mount St. Joseph and beat them and ended up with the number 1 seed and hosting it, which they ended up winning the tournament yesterday.
Crazy stuff for sure. Here's A.J. Sanders, 400 hitter, takes that first pitch for a strike. He has 4 home runs and 44 runs driven in.
He's 214 in this tournament. They really could use him to be a catalyst for this squad today.
Landon Southern just a sophomore. Matthew Johnson just a sophomore. They'll be around for a couple of more years, but they'd certainly love to get a win here today. There's a swing and a miss.
Southern started game 1 in this tournament, which he lost.
That one hit up the middle, base hit. So A.J. Sanders getting things started here for Franklin.
Southern threw 8 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in that. I believe it was 4-3 loss.
Yes, it was.
Rose-Hulman.
Sean Sullivan, 324 on the year, 15 home runs and 49 runs driven in. He has a slugging percentage of .653.
We talked about his home run yesterday, but he made a catch in center field that was a run saver, just an outstanding catch heading into the right field gap.
Check that Anderson defense here in a moment as the pitch is a little bit outside for a ball. Casas Jr. behind the plate. Smitherman is at first, Jones at second, Reed at short, Gordon at third, with Renard, Reedy, and Dorton in the outfield left to right. The stretch by Southern and the pitch took something off that one.
It's a good breaking ball. Something to remember, too, on the base pass. Both these right fielders have cannons for arms.
They do.
Dorton and LaGuire Cruz, so you got to be very careful deciding to run on them.
Another breaking pitch in there for a strike.
Had him fooled.
So Southern ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Short lead by Sanders at first. And the pitch on the way. Got him looking.
3 straight curveballs locked him up and got the strikeout.
So here is Lipscomb with 1 away. I was watching Sullivan. He kind of turned around and went like this. You know, he put his hands out like, what happened? You know, I don't think he was expecting that.
No, he was not.
Lipscomb, 308 on the year, 6 home runs, 39 runs driven in, takes the pitch high and outside.
Lipscomb 429 in the tournament. Has caught most of the games except last night. He played left field.
Stretch by Southern. 1-0 pitch on the way, hit down the line, but foul.
A little bit out in front there for Lipscomb. He has 3 doubles in this tournament so far of his 6 hits.
Good.
The way they're playing him to pull as the left fielder Renard is off the line. Reedy shaded a little bit toward right field. The throw to first not in time.
Sanders 18 of 21 on stolen bases this year. And boy, if Lipscomb could shoot one down the left field line, he could probably run for days.
Yeah. Might have time to stop and have lunch around the bases. Here's the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off. Casas' throw down to the second base bag, a little bit off the mark, and that enabled Sanders to sneak in with our first stolen base.
Yeah, tough throw. Nice pick out there by Reed. Unless he dropped it, we'll see on the replay here. He couldn't quite get a handle on it, and Sanders ran to the outside part of the base, and he's messing with his thumb again.
Yeah. He's got that really wrapped up, doesn't he?
He does.
2 balls and a strike now to Lipscomb. Each team now with a runner in scoring position in the first inning of this championship game. The stretch by Southern, the check of the runner, and the pitch. Came inside and hit him. You know how I feel about those.
I do.
So now 2 runners on, and that'll bring up Jonathan LaGuire Cruz.
Here's one of the changes in the lineup. LaGuire Cruz has been hitting in the 6th slot, but with Noah Wood out, coach bumped him up to cleanup.
And he is hitting .351, 13 home runs, 48 runs driven in, and well, you got to love his slugging percentage at .696.
Well, he's slugging pretty well in this tournament too. .636, hitting .455.
Love the consistency there, don't you?
Yeah.
There's a strike.
He's got a couple of doubles as well. 5 for 11 with 3 RBIs.
By the way, today a little bit cooler than we've had over the last couple of days, too.
Oh,
huh?
I like it. Got the window open, ready for a foul ball.
I know. I hope you get one today.
I do, too.
Fastball stays inside.
As long as it doesn't knock over Jerry's drink, we're okay.
His is a little bit off to the side.
His
so
is
you're
more
in good
important than
shape.
mine is. So, I'm assuming I'm not going to catch it clean, so it'll rattle around up here a little bit.
We're counting on you catching it clean.
If I do, my thumb may end up like Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball. Oh, that wasn't that close, but that's a sign.
The net, yeah.
I just wish we had a talent cam in here when it does happen. I want to see what you do and get a replay of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to LaGuire Cruz.
Don't mention talent cam to Jerry. He'll pull it out. We don't want that.
That one hit down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No.
Ooh. Boy, great job getting his hands in on that inside pitch. Pulled it just a little bit out in front, but, that's impressive for a college kid to get your hands in and still get that much lift on the ball out there to left field.
Another look at it right there, and boy, I tell you what, the base runners were off despite being 1 away. They were on their horse.
Well, yeah, Renard's playing way off the line.
Long look here by Southern into Casas Jr. The stretch again by Southern, and the pitch. Breaking ball, got him looking. LaGuire Cruz said, wasn't that up a little bit? The umpire said no.
That's 2 looking on the same pitch. You could see Casas setting up outside. Thought he was going to go to that breaking ball again. Hitters have to adjust now.
Anthony Smith at 291 with a home run, 24 runs driven in. We haven't seen much of him at all, have we?
We have not. He has yet to play in this series.
Breaking pitch low and away.
But he has played in 34 games this year for Franklin.
Southern with 2 away, set to go to work, and he'll throw to first, and first baseman Smitherman trying to sneak over there. That could have been close.
He was not holding the runner. Luckily, he was close enough to the bag to get over there for the throw. That could have been disastrous.
Southern will check the runner at second. Here's the pitch on the way. Another good breaking ball in there for a strike.
Boy, Southern's really spotting his breaking ball well today.
He is. Well, it's going to be perhaps a game of missed opportunities here today. Let's see what happens. We're still very early here in the first inning. Southern, again, a check of the runner at second as he comes to the belt, and the pitch a little bit low. Casas tried to frame that one a little higher.
We've talked about the themes of this series. We've seen good starting pitching. We've seen a lot of 2-out runs. But we've also seen a lot of unearned runs. The errors have mounted up for all these teams. That, to me, I think is going to be a key today. Who plays cleaner?
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch stays up high, 3-1.
Those mistakes are magnified in a winner-take-all game.
Yeah. One pitch away from loading up the bases with early on deck. Here's the next pitch on the way, grounded up the middle. The shortstop Reed will flip on to Jones, and that will do it. Franklin threatens here in the bottom of the first inning, but they fail to score. We head to the second, tied at 0.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
We're back once again here in Kokomo. 4 days. The music has been excellent, especially when we hear the ZZ Tops and things like that. But we've had a great variety too.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like to party.
I know that. I partied with you the other night.
Oh yeah, that AARP party, baby. Let's go.
I couldn't believe you went we were thinking 15 minutes. I think you went at least 17 that night. So it was.
I was feeling good.
I know you were.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Well, here we go. Second inning.
That energy drink, stamina will work. That'll do it for you.
It'll be Wolf, Dorton, and Casas Jr. for the Ravens here in inning number 2. You're still. You still need to get that hat though from the Jackrabbit.
I know. We'll see if he shows up here again in the booth. How
disappointed will you be if you don't?
Very.
Very. You better chase him down no matter what.
I will.
Griffin Wolf, the designated hitter at .355, 7 home runs and 34 runs driven in. Each team has had runners in scoring position, but the pitchers have stepped up. So now Johnson ready to go to work once again in inning number 2. Here's the pitch on the way, and he misses low for a ball.
Interesting first inning for both starters. Got some runners, some good situations, kind of settle yourself down a little bit.
Ground ball right side. There's Early. He'll flip on to Johnson covering the bag. 1 away.
Kind of like in football, that first hit, get the cobwebs out. Okay, I've had a little stress here with some runners on, gotten out of it, no runs. Let's settle down and go forward.
Here's Dorton. Dorton at .401 on the year, 3 home runs, 42 runs driven in.
8 hits in this series, slugging .500.
Pitch in there for a strike. I know the all-tournament team will be announced after today's game, and you'll be down on the field doing some interviews.
Yeah.
That's because Keith couldn't be here today. He was not only with Mother's Day, which is big, and with his wife as well, but then his Mercedes is in the shop. He didn't want to bring
the
it
helicopter.
back up.
He only had it for a day.
Yeah. Here's your 1-1 pitch. That rent-a-helicopter business, probably pretty lucrative for guys like that. Do you know how to fly?
No.
Do you think they'll ask me that?
Yeah. He borrowed Ursay's from his helipad.
That's right. Pitches outside, 3-1.
Dorton's walked 4 times in this series. Both these teams have 17 walks in this series. A lot of good pitch selection at the plate for these hitters.
Here's your 3-1 pitch. And missed low and outside. Ball 4. That is the first walk now for Johnson. Here's Casas Jr.
Here's our bunting guy.
That's right. Yeah, he was in a couple of crucial situations where they asked him to bunt. Again, he really crowds that plate. I mean, his toes are on that line or beyond it. Pitches outside for a ball.
All these guys do. It's unbelievable.
Well, I'm going to ask you.
Oh, and they're saying he offered at it. Third base umpire said.
Oh, my.
He offered.
Wow. He must need a little more coffee out there because I didn't see that. Did you?
Uh-oh.
Runner takes off. Pitch in there for a strike. Throw down not in time.
First stolen base of the tournament for Dorton.
So now Anderson 2 innings in a row with a runner in scoring position, but Casas Jr. now in the hole at 0-2.
That's another interesting thing about this tournament as we see this pitch.
Popped him up, foul territory left side. Reed, Lipscomb converging, and that'll land in the Grizzly dugout.
Looking at the yearly stats, we thought Franklin is a team that likes to run and Anderson doesn't. Right there, that's the 8th stolen base out of 10 attempts for Anderson in this tournament. Franklin's only 1 of 2.
That's amazing.
Well, 2 of 3 now with the stolen base in the first inning.
But as you've talked about, we've kind of reversed everything.
We have.
Pitching's been really good. Hitting's been okay.
That is the beauty of a tournament.
Yeah. Still 0-2 now here. Casas Jr. fouls it away as he stays alive.
Uh-oh. Where's your parking spot at today?
I got prime on this side.
You did?
I did.
I did too.
Had my name on it, in fact, when I came in.
Mine had a picture of Jerry's face, and I thought, well, I can't park there. But then I saw he had one with his face on it, and so I thought, oh, all the SRN ones must have
They do, yeah.
Jerry's face.
You know, we've been up here so often now, I've almost changed my zip code on my mailing address. 1-2 on the pickoff attempt down at second for Johnson, unsuccessful. This one ripped down the right field line, but that's going to drift foul. That got a charge out of the Anderson fans.
That did. We've been up here so often, I didn't need any map at all to get here today.
Really?
Just go straight, yeah.
Look at you.
How about
Well,
that?
you're kind of a worldly guy. I mean,
Well,
you've been
am.
around a lot.
I like driving in Ohio, apparently, too.
I know, I've heard that many times, by
Yes.
the way. And they don't let you forget
Even
it.
when I'm not supposed to.
That's right. Another foul ball by Casas Jr. as he is really hanging in there.
I like to cover the whole HCAC territory when I drive.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you like to get a look, see where you might be going one day.
Yeah.
You're like Magellan. You know, you're an explorer.
Exactly. Lewis and Clark.
Yes. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way. Popped up foul.
What a battle.
I love these because that pitcher's got to work even more if you're a hitter.
Yeah. You're seeing more pitches. You're seeing what he's got. You're fighting things off. You know you've got that runner at second base with one out. A lot of hitters still have those big swings when they're down in the count, but Casas is just fighting them off and staying alive.
When he nearly got hit on that one.
It's the last thing he needs.
So why didn't Casas just stand there and let hit him on the foot like the rest of them do?
Well, I think it's different when it's down because if you're getting close to that ankle bone, you want no part of that. But if it's, your bicep or your thigh.
A little more meat.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch on the way. Got him. What a battle that was.
Went with the high cheese and got him.
So 2 away. Here's Luke Renard. Renard 316, no home runs, 18 runs driven in.
Well, he's consistent because he's 313 in this tournament.
There you go. Dorton, the lead at second. High pop up to the right side. Redmond, early. It'll be early. And they nearly shook hands right there. That was that close. That could have been really dangerous.
I think the breeze got a hold of that, made it scary, but early with his height took over.
That'll do it for the Ravens in the second after 1.5, no score.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We head to the bottom of inning number 2. It's early. Redmond and Willman do up for Franklin. As you see, still no score in this championship matchup. There's the complete lineup if you're following along.
Want to take the time, if my wife is watching, and say Happy Mother's Day. I love you very much.
Good job. Is she watching, do you think?
I don't know, but in case she is, want to make sure to get that out there. My mom probably isn't watching either, but
Happy birthday to her.
Happy Mother's Day.
Birthday Mother's Day.
I'll call her on the way home.
Yeah. Here's early. 2-11 on the year, 13 home runs, 38 runs driven in. And Southern back in for his second inning of work, and the breaking pitch is up high and inside, 1-0.
Early at 200 in this series. He's 2 of 10. One of those, however, a long home run.
Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes.
I believe it was against Manchester that he hit that home run.
The 2-0 pitch, 3-0. That first day, I thought we were going to see like 15 or 16 home runs the way they were leaving this ballpark.
Yeah.
3-0 on the way. 4 straight there for Early, and Franklin has a man on.
It was. I think it was actually Early's first at-bat of the tournament.
Here's Redmond. Redmond at 271, a home run, 22 runs driven in.
Redmond having a fantastic series, 444.
Stretch by Southern, bunt laid down third base side, good bunt. Redmond, tell you what, great bunt right there. And if you looked at Southern coming off the mound, he made the tag, yes, but that nearly got into no man's land.
It did. Redmond tried to get by him, but a great play by Southern to tag him out.
Here's Willman. Willman at 385, 3 home runs and 19 runs driven in. By the way, his slugging percentage, 923.
Yeah, 375 in the tournament.
Ball gets away from Casas Jr. and advancing to third is Early.
That's big because now you got a runner at third with 1 out. Will Anderson play the infield in? If you are Willman, you want to get the ball in the air, so you're looking for something up in the zone to try and lift.
Second time Franklin has had a runner in scoring position in the game, their first time at third base. The pitch, breaking ball low and outside as the infield plays in.
Willman's slugging 875 in this series. He's got 4 walks.
Those kind of numbers, and might walk him again.
Yeah, 4 RBIs as well.
Hit well to left field. Renard back on it at the warning track, crashes into the wall. The ball gets loose. That'll score a run. And a big, big hit of the wall there by Renard.
He went all out for that. They might want to check on him as he crashed into that wall, and it's 1-0.
Wow. Great effort, though, by Renard. Looks like he got up okay, but you know you hit hard. I know they've got a lot of hair, but you know they hit hard when the hat flies off.
Yes.
So there's your first run of the ball game. Here's Colby Reed. Reed, 255, 4 home runs and 21 runs driven in. First big hit of the ball game as Southern's pitch is way outside.
And what was it? Leadoff walk comes around to score.
Yep. Franklin now with 2 hits.
Did they call that a wild pitch or a pass ball when he advanced from second to third?
I don't think I got an official ruling on that. Fouled straight back.
Kevin,
so it was a wild pitch officially. Southern gets the sign from Casas Jr. The lead at second by Willman. The pitch is up high. Reed back in, Southern set to throw. The pitch, breaking ball, that dropped right in there.
That's a nice breaking ball. One of the things I was looking for on our statistics was pitch count for Southern. Don't have it, but he did throw 8 innings, so you know he was up there with his pitch count.
Yep.
But it also, again, was on Thursday.
Yeah. So he's had a couple of days to rest. The 1-2 pitch on the way, grounded back up the middle. That's going to get through. Willman rounding third. Reedy up and throwing, but it won't be in time. 2-0.
That is the start you were looking for if you were Franklin.
Their bats now coming alive, and we already will have a visit to the mound.
And you've gotten 2 runs from the bottom of your order. The importance of the bottom of the order, not just contributing, but then also getting it back to your big guns at the top, is a great sign for the Grizzlies.
And by the way, still just 1 away. We always wonder what you might be saying, though, in a situation like this. There's a left-hander now throwing for Anderson. That is Cole Whitlock out of Terre Haute South High School. But for Franklin, they would love to keep this thing a-rolling. A.J. Sanders now, the runner at first. Reed, not a stolen base threat. The pitch stays up high.
Stat crew is awesome. Southern threw 118 pitches in his first start. Johnson threw 126.
Wow. Pretty big numbers there.
Yes.
The 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball strike.
But again, both on Thursday.
Yeah.
They've had a couple of days rest. We'll see how long the leash is today.
May not be very long.
We've already got action down in the Anderson bullpen.
That one hit foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Sanders.
It is they're going to have double barreled.
Yeah, now they have 2 up. Well, like you said, you got to throw everything out there now. You cannot waste a lot of time in a game like this. Pitch way outside.
Lefty and a righty. Whitlock and Doan. Boy, Lanky has like eagle eyes for those numbers.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the binoculars.
Break-even pitch up high, 3-2. I was going to say not bad eyes for a man of his age.
Yeah.
Unless he didn't hear that part. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sanders.
Do you send the runner?
I think I'd challenge him, see what happens. They won't. Line drive, caught by the second baseman, Jones. He will double off Reed at first base.
That's a huge sequence right there.
Well, that will hold Franklin to 2 runs. We head to the third. Grizzlies lead it 2-0.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, Franklin, the first one to strike here in this championship game. Great defensive play. Otherwise, this inning could still be going for the Grizzlies.
That's a few inches to the right. As you see the 2 gentlemen in the Anderson bullpen, they'll slow it down a little bit now that Anderson's at the plate, but if that ball's just hit a few more inches to the right, you're looking at runners probably first and third.
Yeah.
With 1 out.
It'll be Reedy, Gordon, and Jones. Reedy hitting .318, 5 home runs, and 24 runs driven in. Well, we certainly want you to hang around because it doesn't matter what the score is. We have seen over the last couple of games this Raven team falling behind, battling back to win. This one hit well into left center field. That's going to be a gapper. Reedy on his horse to second base, and he'll be in for a stand-up double.
Good response to start this inning for Anderson. That's exactly what you want. Keith says hi from Columbus, Indiana. Thanks for listening or watching, Keith, whoever you may be. That's just a Keith.
Just a Keith.
That's all I've got the name of, yeah.
Is there ever just a Keith? Throw to second, tag, no. Careful, Reedy. Here is Connor Gordon.
That would be the last thing you want, to get a leadoff double and then get picked off.
That wouldn't be good. I might just walk out the exit. Gordon struck out looking his first time up. Johnson with the pitch. Fastball high, 1-0.
Have you heard of a toot blonde?
A what?
Toot Blonde.
No.
Tootblan.
What is it?
It stands for thrown out on the base pass like a nincompoop.
That one popped up foul.
So, and anybody that has a, like a brain fart or something and gets thrown on the base pass, Toot Blonde.
Toot Blonde. Oh, I'll remember that because I've never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, in 4 days, you probably learned so much, all the information that has been given out. Your IQ, if you're listening and watching, has gone up, hasn't it?
Oh, your baseball IQ has definitely skyrocketed.
Jerry, I think, just thanked us. Pitch is low and outside. For all the wisdom, understanding, in-depth knowledge.
Good looks.
Good looks. The number one team now.
I'm still trying to figure out where I'm ranked.
No, I haven't figured it out myself. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Chopper third base side. Reed will look the runner back. The throw to first. Tag laid on. Runner takes off to third. He'll be safe there.
Sanders did the smart thing by going over to cover the third after the throw. Good throw. I think it gives early a chance to maybe get a play at third. With the throw being off the line, a tag, no shot at it, but you do get the out.
So one away now for Charlie Jones. Was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Johnson with the opening strike.
Jones having a great series. 4-12, 7 of 17. And he's got 5 walks now. Oh, wait, he was hit by the pitch, wasn't he?
Yes. Pitch on the way, bunted. Right back to the pitcher. Johnson drops it. Run will score. And Jones is safe.
Okay, I want to point something out there. I don't know if you heard it, but right as the ball gone to Johnson, you heard everybody yell 4, which means if the bases are numbered, that means go to home plate.
Yeah.
And I think he had to readjust, and it didn't quite compute in time, and that caused the muffle there on the grounder.
That'll be our first error of the ball game. This one hit well into center field. Sullivan on his horse. He will make the catch. Retreating is Jones. He'll go halfway and then come back. Boy, Smitherman gave that one a ride, didn't he?
Yes, he did. We'll have to see if Jones gets the RBI on that play.
Here is Justin Reed. Reed, last time up, struck out. Throw to first, not in time. You have the official word on that scoring play.
And he does get the RBI.
Runner takes off, popped up, foul territory, right side. Lipscomb is there, and a fan will perhaps get a souvenir.
They didn't duck like they did last night and almost get hit.
Nobody's going after that baseball except that. There you go.
Where's Keith? Keith will get it. Oh, he's in Columbus.
Is he the Keith in Columbus?
Yeah, he went the other way, other direction.
So Reed behind the count, no balls and a strike. Boy, the runner, Jones, got a great jump on Johnson the last time, so now he's going to get a throw over. Tag laid on early, thought he got him, but he was late. Johnson comes set, the pitch on the way, high and inside.
That was close. Boy, just some absolute fantastic camera angles by our crew during the series.
Pitch is high and outside, 2-1.
Especially on that play that was the opening of the broadcast. We got a super slow-mo to show that he really was safe.
Yeah. Well, they eat all the time, so their energy level's got to be up. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
Yeah, I mean, I know teenagers eat. I've never seen anyone eat like these two young men.
Well, they're not only eating here, but they're packing it in their bag and taking it with them.
They are, and then stopping on the way home.
Yeah. Break-even pitch, runner takes off, pitches high, the throw down, and not in time. Look at old Charlie stealing bases today.
2 for 2. He was 10 of 11 coming into today.
So now the Ravens have a chance to tie it up. The pitch on the way, lifted high in the air. Going out, Sanders. Sanders is there. In fact, he probably took that ball away from Willman. So the Ravens get 1 run back. We will head to the bottom of the third. Franklin leads it 2-1.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back here in Kokomo, head to the bottom of the third inning, 2-1, our championship matchup here today. As you know by now, the winner will advance to the NCAA tournament. Get the automatic bid. So it'll be Sullivan, Lipscomb, and LaGuire Cruz.
And if you're Franklin, it's a big deal because you do not want to sweat out an at-large bid. You want to win the tournament and secure it. You've had a great season.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than sitting around wondering.
You do not want to leave that to chance.
Sullivan struck out looking his first time up and opening up with a breaking pitch. Southern with the strike.
He's relied a lot on that curveball today.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back.
Came back with the fastball. Sullivan was ready. Just missed it. There's our Beard.
Yep.
LaGuire Cruz snagging the ball.
The 0-2 pitch, that one got away from him. Ooh. I saw him throw that in the warm-up and miss badly, too. It sailed away from Casas Jr. I still think you and I ought to have a pack that will come back to the tournament next year if we have the full beard. Something to think about in a year. Grounded foul. I know it'll only itch for a year. Can't you stand it for that long?
No.
Time's called by the field umpire. The player who snagged the baseball down the line hasn't quite gotten back yet.
No, he hasn't.
Here's 1-2 pitch. Got him. Second time Sullivan walking away, shaking his head like, what was that?
And both times looking.
Yes. One away, here's Lipscomb. Look at Sullivan, he's like,
He's exasperated.
Lipscomb hit by a pitch his first time up. There's that breaking ball again.
You know who our PA announcer reminds me of?
Who?
Howard Finkel. Remember the old WWE in-ring announcer? He'd be a great wrestling ring announcer.
He would be. Well, if the old SID thing doesn't work out.
285 pounds, Roman Reigns. That's probably a good thing you can't hear me.
Probably. Here's your 1-1 pitch. 2-1. This booth will look a lot different if we don't come back next year. You're talking about, potentially 4 of us gone.
Yeah. Well, I think they share duties for these championships events? Like, one school was going to do all that for the softball. Rose-Hulman decided to do all this for baseball. I think that's how they share the duties, if I'm not mistaken.
Jonathan LaGuire Cruz caught looking in the first inning. So it could really look different next year is what you're saying.
Obviously, the Franklin SID is here because this team is playing.
Exactly. Well, there's still, as that pitch is low, I'm still in negotiation stage, and I happen to notice on that text you mentioned from Keith, they're at the Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
That means steak and all that stuff.
Yes.
We had pizza. Ball gets away from Casas. That's one he probably should snag right there.
Yes.
So now 2-0 to LaGuire Cruz.
I got a feeling I may be headed from here to a Texas Roadhouse because it's probably my wife's favorite restaurant, and it's Mother's Day.
Good for you.
Yeah.
She get anything she wants?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll pay the quarter on that one.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, for the absolutely.
That one hits foul to the right. I always find it interesting, like today, my son is taking his mom out, as I mentioned. They're probably going to a nice place. I don't get to go. Keith is at Roadhouse. We don't get to go. What's the deal here?
I don't know.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch. This time Casas knocked it down, located it in time.
I would just say it's much like a Kevin Costner movie, For the Love of the Game.
Yes.
Which I've actually never seen.
No, really?
I haven't, no.
2-2 to LaGuire Cruz. Runner at second is Lipscomb. Here's the pitch on the way. Missing low. It was actually 3-1 at it, 2-2. So back-to-back walks here to LaGuire Cruz.
2, push.
So now here is Anthony Smith, the designated hitter. 0 for 1 today. I'm sure some of the fans would say, you know, Troy, if you quit talking about where you're not eating and pay attention to the game, you get the count right.
Those arms back up in the bullpen for Anderson.
Chance here for Franklin to build on that 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Smith grounded out to short, the force play from short to second to end the 1st.
Pitch by Southern is another breaking ball.
He's really been hit or miss with his breaking ball today.
Yes. Yeah, nothing in between yet. Fastball is low. And everybody anxiously looking down in the bullpen. Will we be next? Will we get a chance to go in?
Yeah, they're both looking out on the field, so I would say they're ready. Another stressful inning for Southern.
Low and outside. Casas, can he locate it? Yes. Well, the little things again might make a big difference here today. It's a 2-1 ball game. Pass ball, wild pitch.
Oh yeah, they are again magnified to the nth degree in a game like this.
Southern will come set at the belt. Here's the pitch on the way. There's a strike.
Had him fooled.
Yeah.
He's looking for a breaking ball, and you know, not just the fact that it's win or go home and win the conference tournament, it's that automatic bid, so it's double the importance of it.
And you get a big ring too.
That's, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Smith. Lipscomb at second. LaGuire Cruz at first. That one hit well by the diving Gordon at third. Rounding third, heading home is Lipscomb. Here's the throw, cut off. It's 3-1.
Boy, just past the outstretched glove of Gordon. Gets through. The runners don't advance because the throw is cut off, but Lipscomb does score.
Well, right now, I'm sure Franklin doesn't mind playing base to base, and now a visit to the mound. I think we may have a change here for the Ravens, and the way that the dugout is reacting, that's going to be it for Southern today.
We'll see which arm he chooses, the righty or the lefty. It looks like he's chosen the righty, which I believe is Whitlock.
We'll come back and get Whitlock's numbers coming up in a couple of moments. Pitching change here for the Ravens. They trail it 3-1.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Welcome back to Kokomo. You get a look at the new pitcher. We'll give you his numbers in just a couple of moments as the Anderson Ravens have to go to their bullpen. Well, let's get him right now.
Evan Doan, senior right-handed pitcher. As you see Tyson Lipscomb scoring there on that base knock. 17 appearances, no starts, 2-2 on the year. He has an 8.92 ERA, 36.1 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, 20 walks. He does have 3 innings pitched in this series. He gave up 9 hits and 6 runs, 5 earned.
2 of his walks coming back to score there. So, all right, here's Matt Early. And Early was one of those 2 that scored a run in the second inning. So now LaGuire Cruz at second base, Smith at first base. This one popped up. That should be a roofer.
Nope.
No, close. Oh, Cedar. So Early down on the count at 0-1. Well, 4 hits now for Franklin here in the third inning. You know what? We still have a LaGuire Cruz is one of the 3 walks down there at second base. Could be the third run.
Your scoreboard hurts my eyes.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
The stretch by Doan and the sidearm pitch is inside.
Yeah, Doan needs a comeback outing here after the rough one he had earlier.
Even more fans still coming into the ballpark to see this championship game. Doan a check of the runner. LaGuire Cruz at second. Breaking pitch swung on and missed.
Well, Early thought that was teed up for him, but nice movement on that pitch from Doan.
Well, this could be big either way. Either Franklin or Anderson. Doan will come set. The 1-2 pitch is outside.
Doan, a senior from Frankton, Indiana.
2 balls and 2 strikes. He'll step off and try to keep LaGuire Cruz at bay. I can't believe what I just heard.
I can't either.
That's not going to make anybody happy.
No, it's not.
That will hit well down the line. Will it stay fair? No. And boy,
oh my goodness,
hitting the wall again is Renard.
That young man's going to have his teeth set back in. Goodness.
Or go play football too. Oh, he's hurting. He's holding his ribs.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he is. I think I might have knocked the breath out of him a little bit.
That one probably wasn't as necessary.
2-2, chopper foul. I think our producer Jerry said the R-A-I-N word.
No, he meant R-E-I-G-N.
Did he?
Yeah, the champion, the rain is coming.
Yeah. One of them
That's
will be
what he
a
meant.
reigning champion, yeah. Stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't even want to bring up that, what was it, a 5.5 hour rain delay last year? What'd you say about going home and
stop it?
Break-even pitch on the way. No, just outside.
As long as there's not lightning.
Yes. It could be a light, dewy rain just to help set the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Early. Doan checking the runner at second. Comes back with a pitch. Misses low and inside. Bases are loaded. 3rd walk of the inning. And here's Redmond.
He sacrificed bunted in the second, excuse me. Redmond 444 in this tournament.
Still just 1 away here in the 3rd inning. The pitch by Doan in there for a strike. There are 2 pitchers in the bullpen right now for Anderson. Quiet bullpen on the other side, as you would expect at this point. Fastball strike.
Big batter here for the Ravens.
Doan comes set. Pitch on the way. Popped him up on the right side. Could be a big out here. Smitherman in foul territory. The first baseman will squeeze it, and boy, did they need that one.
Yes, they did. Now they need to do big 2-out hit from Willman. However, Willman doubled and scored in the second. He jumped on the first pitch, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a 2-0.
Oh, it was 2-0.
Yeah. But this is his first look, though, at Doan here today.
Correct.
Well, the walks have hurt Anderson here today so far, trailing 3-1. Here's the pitch on the way, outside corner for a strike. The 0-1 on the way, same location, same call.
Wow, if Doan can work himself out of this jam.
No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 away. 1 run is across. Here's the delivery on the way. Popped him up. Casas Jr. behind the plate. That one a mile high, and what concentration it is for Casas Jr. to make the put out there. That'll do it for Franklin. It could have been a big inning, but they get just 1. We'll head to the 4th. Franklin leads it 3-1.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
We head to the 4th. It'll be Wolf, Dorton, and Casas Jr. And boy, what a way to get out of a jam, huh?
Boy, I tell you what, does that lift up Anderson now as they come to the plate, working themselves out of a major jam there in that last inning. And Franklin's going to be kicking themselves unless Johnson can go 1, 2, 3 and then get back into the dugout.
Point you made off the air, and we'll get to that right after this pitch by Johnson, swinging and fouling it away as Wolf. Is that really has been kind of the MO so far in this tournament for Franklin. To get guys on base, just can't see him to produce a really, really big inning.
Yeah.
Wolf 0 for 1 today. The next pitch. Round to the right side early. We'll take it on the high hop, flip it off now to Johnson. There's 1 away. Here's Dorton. Second time Wolf has been put out 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't happen very often.
The lefty, pulling it down to the first baseline.
Dorton walked, stole a base, stranded at second in the second as Johnson's pitch is on the way. Popped up right side. First baseman early watching that one. And, oh, there you go. A ricochet right back down into the dugout. Now, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, think about it. You guy on deck, you Casas Jr., throw it back up in the stands. He took it and threw it in the dugout. Very nice. That kid was running down there to go get it, too. Dorton back in. Here's the pitch. Just outside.
Stacy's probably like, fellas, we got to conserve our money here. Let's not throw too many.
Well, that's
baseballs.
True. It is college baseball.
They can use it as a BP baseball.
That's right. Fastball high.
Ooh, webbing there for Lipscomb.
2-1 as Johnson comes set. And the pitch on the way, fouled off.
Straight back.
You know, in some of the lower minor leagues, they very seldom take batting practice with white baseballs. When they get white ones, they get excited, don't they?
It helps them see it, but it's like using the weight of the bat on deck circle, make it heavier, and then all of a sudden take it off, and ooh, it's so light.
Break-even pitch. Inside for ball 3.
Get some bat speed.
Yeah.
Hard to see baseballs in BP. You get the nice pearly white one. Oh, I can see that one really well.
You know you made it to the big time when you get all white baseballs everywhere. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Hit foul.
And every baseball that's breathed on gets thrown out of play.
It does. Yeah, you get a little teeny little. Hey, look, there's a mascot down there.
There's
Is that
the
a grizzly?
That's Keith. That's got to be Keith.
Just pretending he was in Columbus. He might be our first real mascot here, huh? Hit well into center field. Sullivan to his left. Makes the catch for 2 away. Here's Rene Casas Jr.
I'm curious why it's wearing number 27. If there's any significance to that number.
I don't know.
The dog tried to get the grizzly. Now the owner had to pick up the dog, too.
That'd be a fun fight to watch. Huh? There's a strike. Yeah, the dog's probably looking, what in the world is that?
Yeah, I do not like the way that looks.
No. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Curveball stays outside.
And we got the guy in all gold standing next to him. Or yellow, whatever you want to call that.
Do you like that look, the all gold?
No.
The 2-1 delivery on the way. Hit well to right field. Back on it is LaCruz. Gone. LaGuire Cruz can't get it. Rene Casas Jr. with a solo home run makes it 3-2.
Got the inside pitch he was looking for. Opened those hips up and jacked it.
You know why you're happy for him right there? Because he took such a beating yesterday.
Yes. Wow. And a 2-out home run, too. Cuts the lead in half.
That is just his second home run of the year. Here's Luke Renard. And that's, I believe, our first home run to right field, right?
Yes.
Renard doubled his last time up. Pitch is low and outside. They say he did not go around. Take that back. It was Renard who flew out. We got Reedy next who doubled. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Didn't miss by much. With a 1-1 strike. Fastball up high. They're going to say that one pitch was apparently ball, so we've actually gone to 3-0.
That some of these close pitches.
And he misses.
Did that rattle Johnson a little bit?
As hard as that would hit, it would me too. So here's Reedy, doubled and scored in the third. You see Lipscomb out to talk with Johnson.
Good move by the senior.
So the Ravens down by 1. Only 2 hits.
Yeah.
Both extra bases, Casas and Reedy. Johnson ready to throw, and the breaking ball called strike.
Good pitch there. That was probably the product of Lipscomb going out and talking to him.
Renard, the lead down at first base. He'll draw the throw.
Don't forget, post-game, we'll have a chat with the coaches and hopefully also the most outstanding player of the tournament.
And Sean Sox, maybe, too. Here's the 0-1 outside. You didn't wear shorts today, I noticed.
Yeah. I didn't want to blind the viewers with my pasty white legs.
Would Jerry have to do a little different on the camera work?
Oh, yeah.
Runner takes off, got a great jump, swing, and that's foul tipped, I do believe, and it is. 1-2. That was a great jump by Renard, by the way.
Yeah, Reedy's upset because he got a pitch to handle and couldn't quite do it.
You know, you kind of a uniform connoisseur as well. You like Anderson's today, the all gray?
I'm surprised they went with the all gray.
And that was because of superstition.
Right, yeah, you did so well winning 2 games yesterday in the orange. Who cares if they're dirty? Wear them again.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch is outside.
That's his 200th pitch of the week.
His 200th pitch of the week. That's steady work right there.
Which means he has 74 pitches on the day, if my math is correct.
Very good. Break-even pitch on the way, grounded to the right side. Redmond fields and throws, and they'll get the out there, but Rene Casas Jr., his second home run of the year. Franklin leads at 3-2.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At one point in my life, alcohol ruled supreme. It was not impossible for me to wake up just as drunk as before I went to sleep, and I use the term go to sleep loosely. I think on most nights it wasn't falling asleep, it was just passing out. There was no way I was getting out of it with my own willpower, so I decided to give Wheeler a try. And since my graduation from Wheeler's program, alcohol has not had any kind of hold on me whatsoever.
Welcome back to Kokomo for this championship game. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the HCAC is prohibited. By the way, that goes for us too, because I've said it before and I won't deny it. We have an NIL deal going, so if you use it, you got to pay it.
We do?
You didn't know?
Well, I wasn't in the top 10, so I wasn't afforded that opportunity.
Well, I must be then, huh? By the way, we still haven't got official word on that, so I really don't know myself. I'll ask him next time I see him.
Okay.
Here's Colby Reed, followed by A.J. Sanders and Sean Sullivan. First pitch in there for a strike. Doan in relief. Came in facing 3 hitters in the third. The 0-1 pitch way outside.
A lot more overcast, breezier.
Yep.
Satellite doesn't look particularly nice, but we're keeping our fingers crossed.
We are. Let's just give us a couple more hours, okay? Reedy singled back in the second inning. Pitch outside, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch, low and outside, and Reed with the leadoff walk. There's another walk by this Anderson pitching staff, and you know we preach it a lot. You keep walking people, it's going to kill you. So we head to the top of the order. A.J. Sanders.
Looks like no foul balls.
No, we'll close the window.
It's all right.
Huh?
I'm a team player.
There's the strike.
When Sanders thought that may have been a little bit inside.
You know, what is it? The 14th of May, and our producer was getting cold right there.
Just because you wear shorts in the 20s.
Line back up the middle, base hit.
Sanders with a nice game so far, singled twice and had the line out to second base. That was a nice play by Jones.
Here's Sullivan. Left-hander throwing again in the bullpen. In fact, a righty and a lefty for Anderson.
Now, Sullivan struck out twice, however, both times against Southern.
Yeah.
Another breaking ball pitcher on the mound. Let's see what he can do here in this AB.
Well, he's probably glad that Southern is gone for sure. Still no outs. Here's the pitch. Lifted high and out of play to our right.
Another opportunity for Franklin that they need to take advantage of.
Reed at second base, Sanders at first. Every inning, Franklin has had base runners on base. Doan gets the sign from Casas Jr. Checks the runner at second. Here's your pitch. That got him. And I think it might have got everybody. The umpire, catcher, and the batter. He gets a trifecta right there.
Yeah, he does.
When's the last time you have seen a ball hit the batter, the catcher, and get a piece of the umpire?
I have seen it before.
But it happens very often, I bet.
No. It's like pinball.
Doan is like, if I'm going to get one of them, I'll just get them all.
Bob Racklau behind home plate. Aaron Racklau at first. Jeremy Hosier at second, and Nick Staub at third. Somebody got one in the hand yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one of the umpires did, yeah. So that base is loaded. Here's Lipscomb. So we have seen now for Anderson, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks, 2 hit batters.
And only 3 runs.
There's a strike. That's eventually, again, it's going to catch up with you. So
it is.
The Ravens are going to have to get things straightened out here pretty quickly in that pitching department.
Lipscomb can make a big case for most outstanding player with a big at-bat here.
Doan will step off. So now Reed at third, Sanders at second, Sullivan at first. Doan's pitch. Thought about it, but laid off. Until the Anderson fans might be getting a little bit nervous. I see one of them out in left field taking a walk.
Probably a parent.
Yeah. Hit foul. Good cut there by Lipscomb as he falls behind at 1-2.
Good job.
Big moment in this game right now, both ways. Doan with the pitch. Way outside. Casas Jr. had to stretch out to get that one.
That was a great stop by Casas.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lipscomb takes a deep breath, steps back in, lifts this one high in the air to left field. Grenard going back on it, and this one is gone.
Oh, there it is. There's the big hit.
Opposite field grand slam for Tyson Lipscomb.
In the series, 1 1/3 innings pitch. No hits, no runs.
Now
I didn't think that was getting out. I really didn't.
Yeah, it carried like it did in day 1. Well, again, we've seen just too many things happen in this tournament to believe that we're done yet. But you mentioned a little bit ago, maybe Lipscomb, the player of the tournament now, because he gets the big hits you talked about.
It was a big opportunity. He took full advantage of it.
By the way, still no outs here in the fourth inning. The Grizzlies would really love to put the hurting on Anderson right here. Here is LaGuire Cruz, struck out in the first inning, walked in the third. So Whitlock, third pitcher used, and it's in there for a strike.
Now the right-handed hitters get to face a lefty. And now it's almost as if it's a new inning, but yet you're down 5 runs if you're Anderson.
Pitch caught the outside corner for strike 2. The stretch again by Whitlock. And the 0-2 pitch on the way, missed low and inside.
And you mentioned the 5 walks and the 2 hit batters. It finally bit Anderson.
Yep. Shot foul. Well, you look back here and you have 1, 2, 3 of the walks scored. You had another hit batsman that scored. Those little things making such a big difference. This line to the second baseman, Jones. And finally an out here in the fourth inning.
Thought that was going to get over Jones, but the quickness of Jones was able to retreat back into short outfield green turf and catch it.
Anthony Smith, 1 for 2 today, a single in the third. This is outside. The 1-0 pitch on the way, outside ball 2. Well, now you're going to have to wonder if there's another charge here for Anderson in this one. Can they do it 3 straight games, come from behind?
They got 5 more at bats, but I know Johnson's feeling really good about now I can just come out and throw strikes, let the 7 guys behind me take care of business, and get out of here with the championship.
3 balls, no strikes now to Smith. That misses high, ball 4, another walk.
You know why you don't see very many baseball coaches that have a lot of hair?
Because of that?
Yes.
Hate walks. Here's Early. Six walks now by Anderson pitching. As we said a little bit ago, they've hit 2 batters. So you basically have given away 8 bases right there, just right up the top. Early's walked twice. This is his first look at Whitlock. That one caught the corner. So the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Good breaking pitch.
If you're Franklin, you don't want to get comfortable with a 5-run lead either. You've seen what Anderson has done, so you just want to keep piling on, and Anderson has to stop the bleeding.
The 1-2 pitch hit well but foul. Four runs in the inning. The Grizzlies have scored in 3 out of the 4 innings. 7 runs, 6 hits. The pitch by Whitlock is outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss.
Went up and in, Early couldn't catch up to it.
So 2 away, here's Redmond.
Redmond sacrificed and popped out the first.
And there's Smith still down at first base.
You got to love if you're the 7th guy in the lineup and you're getting your 3rd AB in the 4th inning.
Yeah. That means you're probably going to get at least 5. Huh?
Yes. It also means you're putting some runs on the board.
Yeah. Breaking pitch stays outside. Rolling inside, we'll go to 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch way outside.
Nobody in the bullpen for Anderson, so this is Whitlock's inning to finish.
Here's your 3-0 pitch, and that one misses high, and another walk. That'll be number 7 now for Anderson.
9th hitter of the inning, coming to the plate, Luke Willman.
Willman doubled back in the 2nd inning, flew out in the 3rd. I'm just kind of, in the meantime, looking at some of the possibilities of the all-tournament team. There'll be some hard choices here. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, there are.
Breaking pitch low.
We've got the framework, but, you know, you want to make sure to see what happened today. That was a huge part of it.
Yeah. Whitlock's 1-0 pitch. Here's a called strike. Well, you already mentioned Lipscomb. If they go on to win, certainly he'd have to be player of the game in this one so far. And he'd be a part of that all-tournament team. McGuire, Cruz, you got Redmond. Swing and a miss.
Willman's had a good series too.
Yep.
He was leading the team in RBIs for the tournament until Lipscomb just put a 4 spot up, and now he is.
Of course, Jackson Young could be on that list as pitchers.
Yeah.
That one misses.
Got to imagine C.J. Williams might get a spot for his outing for Anderson. We'll see.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 2 away. And the pitch lifted high in the air. Renard coming in. Well, that one hit a mile high, and that'll do it. But 9 batters go to the plate for Franklin here in the 4th, but it was the Lipscomb grand slam that made the difference. After 4, Franklin leads it 7-2.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Pitch this game and try to win it.
Definitely can relax and just be in the zone, strike zone.
Gordon will step in. Here's the first pitch. Grounded hard, backhanded by Reed. And a nice play.
What an absolute rocket over there by Colby Reed at 3rd place.
You know how good they are at 3rd when they can still go down on the knee, slide a little bit, get them still hit that.
Oh, get up and set yourself and then just
crazy. Here's Charlie Jones. Pitch is low. Jones has been on base twice, couple of stolen bases.
Doesn't have a hit yet, but he has been hit.
Yes, he has. Chopper to the second baseman. Redmond takes it on the high hop. There's 2 away.
Boy, if you can get a quick inning here, 1, 2, 3, that is
Yeah.
Going to be huge for Franklin and really demoralizing for Anderson. But again, Anderson seems to get off the deck in these games late.
Yeah. Here is Tyler Smitherman, 0 for 2 today. Grounded out and flew out. Johnson's pitch, outside ball 1. Pitch just outside, 2-0. Well, I think I have at least my top players for
these two teams. Yeah.
Hit foul.
We can't forget, probably going to get one each from the 3 teams that didn't make the semifinals: Manchester, Bluffton, and Rose.
And you have those. I think we both agreed on those.
Yeah,
right?
I think there's a consensus up here about those squads as well. So,
chopper foul left side. We'll go to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just a matter of how the rest of these 4 innings play out.
Yep. Well, I know last night, and probably wasn't the thing to do. We were all kind of getting ready for the post game, and then all of a sudden we had to make some different plans. This one hit well into left field. Back on it is Willman at the warning track. Now, he was playing that deep, and he made the right decision. 1-2-3 inning as the Ravens go down in order here in the 5th. After 4.5, 7-2 Franklin.
Hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Will Butts, he has one appearance, appeared last night. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. So we'll see if Johnson's tank is on E when we get through the bottom of this 5th inning.
Colby Reed at the plate for the 3rd time, takes the first pitch for a ball. That one stays inside, 2-0.
He is singled and walked.
It's natural to feel that for Anderson, after you have those 2 big wins to get here, to have a kind of a little bit of a letdown. I know that's probably easy for me to say because, talk about the emotions. You're down, you're up, you're down, you're up, and now you got to do it again, and it's just not easy.
Well, and, the big comeback against Trans, and you can take that energy since you're playing right again against Franklin. So you've done it, but then you get the whole night off, you sleep, you come back to the ballpark. It's a different vibe altogether.
So Reed will walk, and that is walk number 8 today by Anderson. Here's A.J. Sanders.
And not just a leadoff walk, but again a leadoff walk that turns the lineup over.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sanders, couple of base hits. Lipscomb had the grand slam. And you look at the top of the order, too, and Lipscomb has walked. LaGuire Cruz has walked. Just all of that adds up. You get to the end of the day and you look at that box score and you can kind of look at all that and kind of figure out what happened. Sanders ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike. The question now is if Franklin can add more and assure themselves if they can get into the later innings with a really big lead, as there's a strike, and then you don't have to worry about somebody coming back like that, huh?
That's true. And I don't believe there is a run rule in a championship game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit to the right side. Jones bobbles it. Still able to get the runner at first, but Reed will be safe down at second base. Here's Sullivan.
Sullivan was glad that Southern came out of the game. Of course, his first at bat against Doan, he got hit.
Yeah.
That was not a pleasant experience either.
Too caught looking and then gets hit. But we know what he can do with the bat for sure.
Yeah. He felt a lot better when he scored on the grand slam.
Yeah. Breaking ball is popped in the air to the right side in foul territory of Smitherman. He'll squeeze that one for out number 2. So that'll bring up Lipscomb.
This has kind of been what we've seen from Franklin in the tournament so far, with the exception of last inning. Leadoff hitter gets on, and 2 straight outs, and now you're going to need a 2-out knock to get a run in. But Lipscomb came through in the 4th. Let's see what he can do again here in the 5th.
What a great memory that is. Did a grand
man.
slam in a championship game. Well, he went the opposite way again. That'll be a base hit, rounding third. And heading to the plate is Reed. And how about the day for Lipscomb? Drives in another run. He has been on base all 4 times. His last 2, the grand slam, and now a single.
5 RBIs.
I don't know. Did they name a player of the championship game, or is it an overall tournament?
It's just outstanding, player of the tournament.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, he's probably right up there now, huh?
Yeah.
Jonathan LaGuire Cruz now. Snap throw to first, not in time by Whitlock. Well, if everything goes according to plan and it stays this way, if Lipscomb is not the outstanding player, there should be an investigation somewhere. Huh?
And you got to feel pretty good for the senior.
Yes.
You know, only a couple of seniors in this Franklin lineup. LaGuire Cruz, the other one, has a graduate transfer.
Now Whitlock concerned with Lipscomb at first. It was Whitlock who gave up the grand slam. Pitch is low and inside.
You don't want to concentrate too much on Lipscomb and take it off of LaGuire Cruz, or you may see another 2 spot on the board.
That's right. The stretch by Whitlock and the pitch, he was taking all the way. LaGuire Cruz struck out looking back in the first, walked in the third, lined out in the 4th. That was a great play by Jones. And pitches high and outside, 3-1.
Jones has had a couple of nice snags in the field today.
Yes.
One on Sanders as well.
Way outside for ball 4, and that is walk number 9.
And Anthony Smith coming to the plate. He's had a good day today, walking and a hit for his first action in the tournament.
6 different players have drawn a walk, and I think that might be it for Whitlock, as we have a visit to the mound. Whitlock came in the 4th inning and just hasn't produced the way they had hoped, so his day is done. We'll come back and tell you about the new Anderson pitcher in a moment. They trail it 8-2.
Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back here in Kokomo, the new pitcher for the Anderson Ravens will be Walker Stahl. Stahl this year making his 10th appearance. 22 2/3 innings, giving up 23 hits, 26 runs, 20 earned runs, 33 strikeouts, 26 walks. He has a 1-1 record with an ERA of 7.9. 9-4. He will be the 4th pitcher used today for Anderson in this championship matchup. We mentioned a little bit ago, it was the number at 9 in the walk department for Anderson pitching here this afternoon with 2 hit batters. So here's Anthony Smith. He's been on base 3 times. He walked his last time up in the 4th inning. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, and guess what? There's number 3. That is now 12 different Franklin batters who have either walked or been hit by a pitch.
And bases loaded again for the Grizzlies, this time though with 2 outs.
Well, that's not a good sign when you come right in and you hit somebody.
No.
Early has walked twice. He has struck out. He has scored a run. Time is called. So now Stoll set to throw. Here's the pitch. Chenier hits him too. 1-0.
I think this is where the arms race has kind of caught up to Anderson. You know, they've done a great job so far, but man, you've only got so many bullets, and then things just kind of start to unravel, and that's what's happened.
Wow, today. Look out. The ball gets away from Casas Jr. Another run will score. I think you're right. I mean, sometimes you just run out of everything, and they use so much over the last couple of days just to get here.
Right.
So now you can add a wild pitch to that repertoire. So now it's 9-2. There's a strike. Well, yeah, you're right. You're out of bullets, and now you're shooting blanks. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. And Stoll was fantastic against Transy.
Look out.
Oh, man.
That's foul. Boy, that's hit a mile.
Holy smokes.
But in the scorebook, it's a long strike.
Just a long strike, yes.
Still runners at second and third.
Although that apartment complex is wondering what's going on.
Probably. Check swing. Did he go? No. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stoll set to throw. Early back in. And the pitch on the way, missed outside. Bases loaded again. And I hate to tell you this, that's walk number 10.
That's wow.
Here's Redmond. We're still in the 5th inning. These last 2 innings have been an eternity for Anderson pitching.
Yeah, they have.
2 more throwing in the Raven bullpen. Stoll opens up with a curveball and misses. This is now what, the 8th hitter of this inning. We had 9 in the last inning.
Yep.
What, 8 or 7 in the inning before that. So a lot of hitters being faced. It's up high and inside, 2-0.
Stoll is a senior.
Pitch on the way. He was taking all the way. Sacrificed back in the 2nd, flew out in the 3rd, walked in the 4th inning.
Got a righty and a lefty down in the Anderson bullpen.
2-1 pitch lined into right field. That'll be a base hit. 2 runs will score. It's now 11-2. How about Dylan Redmond going the opposite way?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. You're looking at 11 runs on 8 hits, 10 walks, 3 hit batters, and a wild pitch. Well, Willman will step to the plate, so 2 straight innings you've gone 9 hitters. Pitch low and outside.
When Willman is the 8th hitter in the lineup, his 4th AB in 5 innings.
Wow. That's a lot of plate appearances. There's a strike. Count even at 1-1. This was a 2-1 ball game after 2.5.
I mean, even 3-1 at the end of 3.
Yeah, we were thinking that Anderson's hanging right in there, but nothing has gone their way here in the last couple of innings. They'll throw to second. Two balls, no strikes. Willman doubled back in the second inning.
Oh, nice curveball.
So we're going to 1-2.
Got the inside part of the plate there. Willman has doubled and flown out twice, or popped out twice. The catcher and the first baseman.
Breaking pitch, caught a piece of Casas. Another one of those that'll ring your bell, get your attention.
Yes, it will. Willman had the first RBI of the game as he knocked in early back in the second.
You know, everybody's been on base at least once today for Franklin. The break-even pitch on the way outside. So we're going to go full count. Runners will get a chance to take off early on this one. I don't think the home plate umpire called it 2-2. Couldn't see his left hand. See how this will change the pitch here for Stahl. You know, right now, why worry about that guy?
Yeah.
That is the least of your worries right now. It is 3-2.
It is 3-2.
Yeah, at one time the umpire said 2-2, but it is 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners take off. The pitch got him looking. Well, that'll end the inning, but another big inning. We will head to the 6th. Franklin leads at 11-2. Here in Kokomo. And by the way, if you like to support more HCAC sports, contact Keith, coach at IndianaSRN.org. I know the other day they've been now counting down high school football when the next kickoff is. We're not that, think about it, June, July, August, September, only 4 months away from HCAC football.
Yeah, game of the week, year number 3. It's going to be a good year. And, you know, great competition as always, like we've seen here in this baseball tournament. If you want to help out, definitely contact Keith for sure. Here's a number for you. The last 3 innings, 25 plate appearances for Franklin in the last 3 innings.
That spells win if you're Franklin. Doesn't spell good news if you're Anderson.
No, it does not.
Reed, Wolf, and Dorton. That's going to catch Lipscomb. Reed 0 for 2.
Johnson's still going strong. Have to see where his pitch count is.
Johnson will come set. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Well, they, speaking of Franklin, have plenty of arms left. Ground ball to the shortstop, Sanders. 1 away. That'll bring up Griffin Wolf, the designated hitter. Well, again, this is a pretty obvious statement to make, but you can kind of tell everything is just kind of quieted down now.
Yeah,
not a whole lot of life over here on the right.
The body language doctor is checking out Anderson, and it's not a good prognosis right now.
Yeah.
They need a spark in some way. They need a large spark.
Well, they've come back from their largest was the 6 runs in one, but you're talking about 9 now. This line right to center field, and Sullivan barely had to make a move to catch that one quickly. 2 outs.
I mean, he smoked that baseball, but it's right at someone. And those are the frustrating ones where you're squaring up the baseball, but you're hitting it right to defenders. And, you know, it's the game of baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I think you mentioned it the other day. You know, how many sports can you fail 7 out of 10 times and be great?
Yeah, only one that I know of, right?
Yeah.
But that just really again shows you how difficult it is.
Yes.
30% quarterback passing rate isn't going to get many contact.
You know, if you think about it, baseball is a game of failure.
It is.
It really is.
Most of it is failure, yeah. Pitch is outside.
And how you can adjust to compensate for that.
Maybe that's why he's good at it. It's a game of failure. Hey, Darren
Keith was great at it.
He was Hall of Famer. Pitches up high. Nobody failed more than Keith did in baseball.
He couldn't even pick the dandelions well out in the outfield.
He couldn't.
You know? They did a little game where he popped the head off of it. He couldn't do that either.
He kept missing it. There's a walk. That'll bring in Rene Casas Jr.
You think about all the things we did as a kid. I think kids today have no idea.
Well, they just think you're old now. You know,
right.
Like, what do you know?
Like, you used to play with dandelions? Yeah.
Used to ride our bikes. Play baseball in the park.
You want to go do something? Ride your bike.
Yeah. Here's another hard hit, but right at Willman, who's playing him off the line. They got a walk, but nothing doing for Anderson here in the 6th inning. After 5.5, it's all Franklin, 11-2.
My name is Brittany. A little thing I love about the Egg White Grill is the toasty English muffin. It's toasted perfectly. It's just a little crispy, but not like hard crispy, but just crispy enough that when you bite into it, everything is perfect.
My name is Curtis, and I love the Egg White Grill because the egg itself, it's like soft and fluffy, like a pillow. I wouldn't eat my pillow, but I'd eat the Chick-fil-A breakfast egg white sandwich for sure.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We're in Kokomo for the championship game of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. We're heading to the bottom half of inning number 6. 11 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Franklin, 2-0 for Anderson.
You know, it's we have a lot of different things here on IndianaSRN. We have the HCAC, we have high school sports, but we have a lot of cool events too. For example, coming up on the schedule, June 3rd, we have the State Lacrosse Championships. What a growing sport that is, really popular. And then June 24th and 25th, back-to-back dates, you got the girls softball all-star game, state of Indiana, and then the boys all-star baseball game. Those are going to be a lot of fun.
Well, here we go in the bottom half of inning number 6. Colby Reed leading things off, takes it for a strike. He has walked twice and singled. He has scored twice.
If you're always curious what's on, follow us at Twitter at IndianaSRN. They'll always be putting the schedule out there, or just go to IndianaSRN.org.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, hit foul. Well, we're getting close. Well, it wasn't close, but at least it was in the vicinity.
Oh, the window's closed, though. So
can we open it back up? Is our producer still cold, or he is? Okay, forget it.
Cold hands, warm heart. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Ow.
Ow, 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 ow.
That one's going to leave a mark.
So now Reed takes one for the team. That is the 4th hit batter now by Anderson pitching. So again,
just listening to that one.
Yeah,
that's
thud.
better.
Yeah, take a look at this one.
Where's
Here,
he
let me
getting?
hit you in the ribs here. Well, maybe in the arm.
Maybe his little, elbow guard got it. You hope so.
Yeah.
If not. He's probably down there talking to Coach like this.
Coach, help me.
Yeah.
Pitches inside.
Coach comes on. You all right? Yeah.
I could use a pinch runner, though.
Yeah.
A.J. Sanders.
I'll breathe here in a second, Coach.
That's
It'll be all right. Well, I'll never forget. Cubs were playing the Cardinals, and Steven Piscotty got on first base. Tried to steal second. The throw short hops, hits him in the helmet.
Okay.
Gets up, goes to third. Throw hits him in the back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Next play is a fly ball. He tags up, scores. Throw hits him in the helmet.
No kidding.
Yes, 3 consecutive plays on bases where he gets drilled by a throw. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Throw the first not in time.
So that's why they traded him to Oakland.
That's right.
Not really.
That'll teach you.
Actually, I'll give the Cardinals credit for that. His mom, he's from the West Coast, went to Stanford in college, and his mom got sick, I think Parkinson's or something.
Oh, boy.
And so they traded him to Oakland so he could be closer to his family.
Yeah, see what a nice organization that is, St. Louis.
Yeah, and then they got rid of that GM, and now it's just all been downhill.
It's all, yeah. Now we're in last place and just enjoying the summer coming up. That'll be a walk. That is number 11 now by Anderson. Now runners at first and second. Seven different Franklin players have walked today.
Well, Sullivan hasn't walked, but he's been hit by a pitch.
By the way, that's it for Stahl.
Willman's the only one that hasn't walked.
So Anderson heading back to the bullpen again. They're going to keep throwing everybody out there. We'll come back and tell you about yet one more pitcher here for the Ravens.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Well, for it.
Yeah, he'll hit it a long way.
Shoemaker with the first pitch missing outside. Got a little submarine action going here.
Is it possible to overdose on cherry Jolly Ranchers?
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, I think we will.
By the way, I've got to let you know that nobody in the press box gives mouth-to-mouth anymore, so you're pretty much on your own. Here's a pitch in there for a strike.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's right. We'll look at you till somebody shows up.
Yeah.
I wonder how he is.
Just take the baseball Jerry has and throw it against my chest.
That's right. This one hit hard into left field. Coming in was Renard. Couple of steps back then. There's one away. Here is Lipscomb. Well, the mystery of this game kind of taken out of the equation after the back-to-back 4-run innings for Franklin. And, of course, highlighted by this young man right here, the opposite field grand slam in the 4th inning.
Yeah, last 3 innings, walked and scored, grand slam, RBI single and scored.
He's hitting the ball well. There's another one down the line, but foul. How many pitchers has Anderson used? This 5 now?
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing a lot of different styles here. And speaking of Franklin's offense, you know what was interesting? You think about Lipscomb, where's number 4? He had a grand slam in the 4th. So they got 4 runs in the 4th.
Whoa.
That's pretty in-depth stuff right
that
there.
That is.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1. You know, when you start giving out these equations and all that, really makes you and me look pretty brilliant, doesn't it? That's why we get the bigger dollars.
Yeah. It's the dog days here. You can hear them barking.
That's it is. Hit well again, but foul. This guy's jumping all over everything. You know,
I think he's what you call locked in.
Locked, very much so.
Yeah.
You know, speaking, there are some dogs here today. Who cleans up all that if they have a dog day at the ballpark?
Stacy.
Stacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of birds around here, too. That pitch missing inside. Is that an intern's job, if you really think about it? You know, you come in, you want to be an intern, and first thing you do is, oh, by the way, you got to clean up the you-know-what out there.
Yeah. Like, oh, we got some dogs here. Call the intern.
2-2 lifted high in the air to right center field. Reedy and Dorton are there, and Reedy makes the catch. Runners will tag, and they'll have runners now at second and third with 2 away. Boy, he gave that a ride, too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Jonathan LaGuire Cruz. Yeah, I think that maybe Franklin really kind of want to put it to him here after extending their season last night, huh?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We see the ball, shooting all over the place now. It carries out here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. I'm curious, like when Kokomo High School plays here, how it works as well, because it's a little bit bigger of a park than a regular high school park. And, of course, the Kokomo Jackrabbits play here.
Yep.
But
come back our way. It's a roofer. I mentioned to you probably Thursday or Friday that their old ballpark was just kind of a dump.
Yeah.
And down by the river. It was not a fun place to play.
Yeah. This is a beautiful facility. If you've never been to Kokomo Municipal Stadium, it's outstanding.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. High in the air to center field. Reedy charging in, and he will reach up and make the catch for the final out of the inning. For the first time in the last 4 innings, Franklin doesn't score, but we head now to inning number 7. They trail it 11-2.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Back here in Kokomo, and by the way, Sean will be downstairs after the game for the post-game interview with the coach, and then of course the all-tournament team and all that will be announced coming up a little bit later. It's Renard, Reedy, and Gordon Aldu. So you'll be talking with the coach first, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then what are you going to do? Are you going to?
Well, then they'll announce the all-tournament team, the most outstanding player, and we'll try and get a chance to talk a little bit with the most outstanding player.
Okay. Just do me a favor, no softballs here. Just get him with some good, hard questions, okay?
Come on now.
And don't forget
hey, you're not talking to Keith here.
You think these hands have been soaking in ivory liquid or what? Renard fouls that one away.
We As Jerry said earlier, you can't have thin skin around here, but it's nothing but love for all the fellas.
Isn't it?
And the ladies. We've had ladies,
There's a strike. Can you, at any time, maybe somewhere in there, and maybe you can get McGuire Cruz and ask him in public about his beard? That one deep in the hole. That'll be a base hit. Because he gets the beard award, which deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
I know you talked to him at the hotel, but it's different back there.
All facial hair team.
Yes. We should start looking around here a little bit. I got to remember who the guy is from Anderson who has all the nice locks. You do the rest of the game. I'll find the guy with the hair. Runner takes off, and no throw. How about Luke getting himself a stolen base here?
Hey, you keep playing to the final out.
Yeah. Reedy doubled and scored back in the third, grounded out in the fourth inning, and did he get picked off? Oh, that was close. Oh, my.
I wonder if his hands got around the tag, because that throw was right there.
Ooh.
Redmond thought they had him.
Hey, Mom, I got a stolen base. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
The pitch on the way, popped him up. Should be an easy play here for Sanders. And there's one away. Here's Gordon. I don't think the umpire was expecting this either. Yeah, he
was left hand.
Yeah. Gordon is 0 for 3. Pitch low and outside, ball one. Couple of pitchers now throwing for Franklin. Sure, they love to get Johnson perhaps just through 7 if they can. There's a strike.
You know, it's interesting that 11 runs have scored for Franklin, and we're still just past the 2-hour mark in the 7th.
Yeah, it's been quick. And I won't mention that other word either that hasn't happened. Pitch is low. You know, it would be an apropos time that it does it while you're down there.
That's going to happen. I guarantee you that. As soon as I say the first word, it's going to downpour.
Yep. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hot shot. Reed across the diamond. Makes the out there as Renard will advance to third.
Reed's been outstanding at third base for Franklin. Both these third basemen have been tremendous.
Here is Charlie Jones.
The second baseman, number 20, Charlie Jones.
Jones hit by a pitch, reached on an air, grounded out. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. He has stolen a couple of bases here in this championship game. Renard with the lead down at third. Ripped and foul. Jones jumping all over that pitch.
Jones telling him, be patient. Let the ball get to you.
Yep. Franklin goes on to win. It'll be their 33rd win of the year. It's a lot of wins.
Yeah, and 11 losses. That's pretty impressive.
It is. 2 balls and a strike now to Jones. The pitch is way outside.
And should this score remain, all you Franklin fans, pay attention to the Franklin website and the NCAA website for the draw.
Yeah.
To see see who and where you're going to play.
I'd be curious to know what are the. Pennsylvania's probably one. Illinois is another one, I think, that are on the docket, because Earlham used to go to those 2 places. Won it in 17. I think they went to Pennsylvania. Going to have, I think, a pitching change. I think Johnson's done for the day. Boy, what an outing by Johnson.
Yeah.
So Franklin is going to go to their bullpen for the first time today as Johnson getting congratulations from his teammates, but a great effort holding this Raven team to just 2 runs on 3 hits. We'll come back, tell you about the new Franklin pitcher coming up in a moment.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
In this championship ball game as Butts will come in with a runner at third, another one at first base, swing and a miss.
He gave one a ride last at bat, took Willman all the way to the wall.
2 away here in the top inning of number 7.
One more biscuit at breakfast and he might have had himself a home run.
It kind of depends what time you get up, whether you can get that extra.
That's true. That is true.
Low and outside.
With a noon game, and I got here like 10:45. They're already here, so they probably got up pretty early to get a meal in.
Well, I mentioned the one day, Anderson, I got here before 8 o'clock, and they were already here. So they've been up early a lot of times, so that pitch is low, 2-1. I don't know, maybe just get to the ballpark and, just get things done.
Creatures of habit, baseball players are. They like the routine.
Yeah. Ripped, backhanded by Reed. Up and across the diamond, and Reed gets another big play.
That arm, that is just unreal at third base.
Now they'll leave a couple of runners on. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 7. Franklin leads at 11-2.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
I can tell you right now that rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game was better than what we heard a couple of days ago. It sounded like screeching cats or something.
That didn't take much.
No, it didn't, but man. I mean, people were leaving the ballpark. It was so bad the other day.
That's why the dogs are here now.
That's right. They would have been howling and running down the street when Keith was attempting his rendition. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. Smith, Early, and Redmond all due.
Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there.
Yep.
Especially to the mothers of all these young men. All the traveling and things that they've done to help get them to where they are.
Fly ball into right field. Dorton will make the catch, 1 away. You mean in a lot of times all of the crap they put up with too, right?
Well,
yeah.
No.
Never. Here's Matt Early. Early so far today has walked 3 times. 3 of the 11 walks given up by Anderson pitching. Struck out in the 4th inning. 8 runs in the 4th and 5th inning. Kind of spelled this one out. It's low for a ball. So how many players can you vote for the
9 plus the most outstanding player?
Swing and a miss? Do I have to vote for all of them?
Well, I am submitting my official votes.
Can I look at it before you do and I can approve it?
No, he's cheating.
He's cheating. This
I'm
one
not.
popped up to the left side. Reed in shallow left field, come right back onto the infield to make the catch, 2 away. I just want to see if we concur. Here's Redmond. Redmond sacrificed. He flew out, walked, and singled. You know, that's what I do when I go to the voting booth. I ask my wife who I should vote for, and then I feel stupid. There's a strike. You know, you're really not supposed to tell anybody who you vote for. You knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did know that.
But I always ask her first. Breaking ball. 0-2. I also believe in the American way of voting more than once.
Are you from Chicago?
Yes. Get as many votes in as you can. Low and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. See, I was born in Woodstock, just north of Chicago, and lived in Chicago, so that's what I was taught. 1-2 pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You're really studying that, aren't you?
I am.
Tell you what, all the hard work you're putting into that, I won't dispute any of them. Break even pitch, swing and a miss, took something off that one. 1-2-3 inning. We will head to inning number 8, 11-2 Franklin.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At one point in my life, alcohol ruled supreme. It was not impossible for me to wake up just as drunk as before I went to sleep, and I use the term go to sleep loosely. I think on most nights it wasn't falling asleep, it was just passing out. There was no way I was getting out of it with my own willpower, so I decided to give Wheeler a try. And since my graduation from Wheeler's program, alcohol has not had any kind of hold on me whatsoever.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought about him. Really? Stowe?
Oh, here
he didn't look good today.
Back here in Kokomo.
Over Dorton?
By the way, that discussion you're hearing behind me is about voting. We don't want it. We're not saying any more. Controversy. 11-2 your score. It'll be Reed, Wolf, and Dorton. I have a feeling that somebody thinks there's some shenanigans going on here in the voting.
I just would have went a different round. That's okay.
That's all right.
I had my votes. They decided. But
that's right.
It doesn't matter that they're wrong. It's a fine. Yeah, I think they did. That's all right.
Here's the pitch on the way. Popped him up.
Oh, got it. Nope.
So there's no skullduggery going on. Nothing that we should be concerned about here.
I've never heard that word.
Never?
No.
Skullduggery? Oh. You got that. You got trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer chicanery.
That too. Hit high in the air to left field. Willman on the run, and that will go out of play. How about that? You run all that way and it goes out of bounds. That's not fair.
Yeah.
At least give yourself a chance. Did you not get your votes in on time or what?
I don't think I did. I think that's what it was. I didn't register in time.
That's what does it. Yeah, they'll kill the
I
American
don't even
way.
get the sticker that says I voted.
That is just total crap. You know what I mean? You know, what happened to the good American way? You know, you got a sticker at least. Here's the 0-2. Deep in the hole, backhanded by Sanders. One hop, did he get him? No. Did I hear somebody, their producer, say something about brain cells?
I don't know what those are. We got some hanging chads, I think, were the problem.
Here is Griffin Wolf. Swing and a miss. You know that baseball democracy hangs in the wings right here on these votes. The stretch by Butts, and the pitch could be 2. Looks like it might be a little too slow on that one, so Redmond goes to first. Here's Dorton. For that, you ought to maybe grab an extra piece of pizza or something. Take the whole box.
I'm full.
You have lunch tomorrow. Before our camera guys do it, of course.
Yeah, I got to get to it earlier. It's going to be gone.
I'll tell you one thing for sure. Now, I think they came separately from you, right, Jerry? Yeah. I was going to say, Jerry didn't have a big enough car to get all that pizza in there.
No, he doesn't.
So they'd be hauling that before they get the equipment. Here's the 0-1. Hit into right field, base hit. Reed rounding third. He'll be waved home. Throw is cut off, and it's 11-3. Uh-oh, do I smell comeback here?
There's Dorton again.
Yep. Here's Rene Casas Jr. Home run back in the 4th inning. That pitch bouncing in front of Lipscomb. Oh, it's called a balk.
Another balk. We've had a lot of those.
About 4 or 5, I believe. We're talking about entire tournament, not just this game, but Franklin's coach is going to come out, get an explanation. He's like, hey, listen, it's 11-3. Come on, man.
Come on now.
I always love these discussions. They're face to face. Hear you a little head shake now and then, or it goes no. And, all right, see ya. You ever want to? Now, when I was coaching, if I got into discussion with an official, it was usually I was very generous and nice about it. I just wanted an explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I got teed up one time for saying he's on the line there at the free throw line, and he teed me up for that. That's down the line. I was like, I just said he's not a, because you need to go look.
Well, I've seen a coach get teed up for saying thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind
It actually was the second tee, and he got ejected.
No kidding. Was it a sarcastic thank you, or?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, but.
Yeah. Nowadays, you can almost text them and say thank you. And you're, whatever words you want to use if you have the official's phone number. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Casas down in the count of 1-2. I actually thought it was pretty nice. I was a nice guy.
You were?
Yeah, I was.
What happened?
Life. There goes the bat. Casas Jr. strikes out. Haven't seen a good bat throw in a while, have we?
We know we have not.
One of those that flies into the stands. Of course, you can't do that anymore with the netting.
Well, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Here's Luke Renard. I feel the zing of my broadcast kind of gone out of here now. So I feel the life that I had earlier.
That monster wear off?
It has. Yeah, I need to chug down some more. The good news about this one is it's Zero Ultra.
Don't know what that means.
Means there's no sugar in it.
Oh, well, that's the problem.
Tons of caffeine they put in, but no sugar. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hit well into left field, but Willman coming over to make the catch. Run scored for the Ravens in the 8th inning. Of course, Sean's going to be downstairs a little bit later, talk with the winning coach, maybe grab a couple of players. And I wonder if he'll have commentary on the all-tournament team. We'll find out.
All voters in the stand, please rise and be recognized. We appreciate all of you from the HCAC.
By the way, Willman will step up, followed by Reed and Sanders. All the moms getting a hand, I do believe. Good for them. Well, this game turned sharply. 3-1 ball game. Actually ended up being, at one point again, 3-1 after 3. And then it went another run, so it was 3-2 in the 4th inning, and that's when Franklin took off, scored 4 runs in the next 2 innings. Schumer back in again for the Ravens here in the 8th inning. A heck of a tournament, though, overall. Eleven runs, 8 hits, 1 error on the board for Franklin. 3-5-0 now for Anderson. Here's Willman. Willman doubled back in the 2nd inning. That pitch is high and outside. Flew out in the 3rd, flew out in the 4th, struck out looking in the 5th inning. Schumer's pitch on the way is a called strike. Here's the 1-1. Lined into center field. Reedy is right there, 1 away. That'll bring up Colby Reed. Boy, Reed's been on base all 4 times. Singled, walked twice, was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. And all coming from the number 9 spot. Johnson will get the win today as that pitch a little bit inside. Southern will take the loss. Franklin, unless a miracle happens in the 9th inning, Franklin will win their 33rd game of the year. That's a strike. I don't think they anticipated, though, a day that they end up with 11 walks, 4 hit batters, a wild pitch. Here's the 1-1 on the way, and it's low, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Inside 3-1. Now the 3-1 delivery on the way, and there we'll go to 3-2.
No, everything's good.
Fly ball hit foul.
Everything's good, Jake.
That'll be low and inside. Reedy getting his 3rd walk of the afternoon. That is walk number 12 by Raven pitching. Here's A.J. Sanders. Sanders, a couple of base hits today, runs scored, stolen base, has a walk to his credit. We mentioned earlier that 7 of the 9 have had walk opportunities today. Schumer's pitch fouled straight back. That's a big cut there by Sanders. Ravens able to get 11 runs on the board, only 8 hits, but again, you get 12 walks. That's huge. Every player in the lineup has been on base today for Franklin. 0-1 pitch, grounded off the glove of Schumer. Charging the shortstop Reed, can't make the play. Everybody is safe. That'll be a hit for Sanders.
I can hear you.
Here is Sean Sullivan. Sullivan looking for a base hit. Hit it hard back in the 6th inning, but nothing to show for it at this point. 0 for 4 with a run scored. Was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning. He was part of that 4-run 4th. Schumer set to go to work once again. The pitch is low for a ball. But what a start today for Johnson. Left the ball game in the 7th inning for Franklin. Another pitch is low, 2-0. Stretch again by Schumer. And the pitch line foul. And we'll go to 2-1. Tyson Lipscomb, what a ball game he has had today. He's hit that grand slam back in the 4th inning, scored 3 times. This one hit back up the middle. Reed rounding third. He's going to score. That'll make it 12-3. And Sean Sullivan able to get a base hit and an RBI. Reed scoring for the 3rd time today. Here's Lipscomb. Probably the player of the game for sure after the game he has had today. 5 runs driven in, been on base 4 of the 5 times, had to sacrifice his last time up. And he'll take the pitch outside for a ball. So Sanders at second base, Sullivan at first. 10 hits now for Franklin. The 1-0 pitch on the way, an off-speed pitch fouled off. So the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Reedy, Gordon, and Jones all due up for Anderson in the top of the 9th inning. The stretch again by Schumer. And the pitch on the way is low and inside, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch on the way, ripped down the line, but backhanded by Smitherman. He'll step on the bag and get the out. Ball hit hard, though, by Lipscomb. Runners advance now to 2nd and 3rd, and that'll bring up now Jonathan LaGuire-Cruz. Boy, another hard hit ball by Lipscomb. First pitch low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. LaGuire-Cruz still looking for a base hit, been on base twice on 2 walks. 1-0 pitch, inside corner, strike 1. LaGuire-Cruz flew out his last time up in the 6th inning. Chance to drive in a couple of runs right here. Went opposite on that one and hit off the end of his bat foul. And we'll go to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders a lead down at 3rd. Sullivan at second base. Schumer's 1-2 pitch on the way. Backhanded by Reed at short. The long throw in time. And that will do it for Franklin here in the 8th. They pick up 1 run on a couple of base hits in the 8th inning, making it a 12-3 contest. And now we'll head to the 9th inning. It'll be last opportunity. A run scored after that double back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch on the way, swings and flies this one into left field. Toward the line, making the catch will be Willman, and that's 1 away. That'll bring up Connor Gordon. Gordon 0 for 4 today. White gets the sign from Lipscomb. Here's the pitch, and it's low for a ball. Only 5 hits on the day for the Ravens. Ground ball, Reed will field and throw. 2 away. So Franklin now 1 out away from the tournament championship. That'll bring up now Charlie Jones. A regular season championship for Franklin. Disappointing finish last year in the tournament. Is that pitch in there for a strike? This year they come back. Regular season champions, the number 1 seed coming into this tournament. Again, got surprised last night by Anderson, but coming back strong here today. The 0-1 pitch on the way. To Hopper to the second baseman, Redmond. The throw to first, and it's over. Let the celebration begin for the Franklin Grizzlies, the 2023 tournament champions. No better feeling than knowing you're going to go to the NCAA tournament, and they'll find out very soon where they will go and who they will play and what that field will look like. But what a way to come back, and really leaving no doubt about it whatsoever with a convincing win here today. I mean, it was just huge. After the game, as early as it was, to come back, and there are a lot of, I'm sure, doubters wondering if they'd be able to do it here today, but they just simply answered any critics whatsoever with the ability to take advantage of all those walks given up by the Raven pitching staff. We talked about that throughout the entire tournament. Winning, part of it is just taking advantage of other teams' mistakes, and you aren't going to be able to walk as many hitters as Anderson did today. We're talking about 12 walks and still find a way to survive, and teams that win 30-plus games will make you pay for it, and that's what Franklin did here today. And again, you see the celebration by the Franklin Grizzlies. I know Sean is downstairs. We're going to hopefully talk with the head coach coming up here in just a couple of moments. They'll be announcing the all-tournament team, the most outstanding player as well. So there's still a lot to come here on HCAC TV. This whole thing really blew up in the 4th inning. It was highlighted by the Tyson Lipscomb grand slam. In fact, it was an opposite field grand slam. Take a look at it once again, and believe me, it was a shot. There he is finishing it off, but that really was what got things started. You kind of felt things deflate a little bit for Anderson at that point. But then they kept it alive again with 4 more runs in the 5th inning. And Anderson just had no answers. Their pitching staff, they just kind of ran out of pitchers to throw. And it's going to happen when you have to go through the loser's bracket and find a way to come back. And you always know it's going to be an uphill battle. You get in that loser's bracket and you lose the first game of the tournament like Anderson did, you got to give them a lot of credit just to battle their way back to get to the championship game, because the odds were definitely against them. You're down 6-0 to Transylvania. You rally to get a win there. You're down in the 9th inning against the number 1 seed and their closer, and you're able to come back and win that one. So that was really, really a great tournament run put together by Anderson in a very short amount of time. So congratulations to the Ravens for just making it here after it looked, at least the odds were, they were not going to be playing not only last night, but then coming here and playing in the championship here today. And who knows, again, maybe if you had a little better pitching today and didn't have as many walks, you certainly would have had an opportunity to perhaps win a title here today. But it will be, there you see the Ravens, and certainly to be congratulated for an excellent season, as they will meet for the final time on the diamond. And a lot of these players, by the way, in both these teams, once the NCAA tournament is over, they'll go and play summer college baseball, not only around the state of Indiana, but other locations where they may live. And already thinking about next season, they'll have some fall ball coming up. But right now, the biggest thing that Franklin's going to concern themselves with is the NCAA tournament. It is a lot of fun to be a part of that. You're going to see a lot of good baseball teams coming up here in the next week or so. I think we go downstairs, and Sean is downstairs with the head coach.
We are here with the winning coach, Coach Marshall, and let me tell you, you got knocked to the mat yesterday. To get back up off the deck like you did, what was it like last night talking to your team, getting ready to come back today after that gut punch yesterday?
Well, first of all, hats off to a great Anderson team. What a run they made, man. They gave us everything we wanted and more, and it was about as good a ball game as you could have yesterday. Didn't go our way, but I'm proud of our guys for bouncing back and playing really well today.
Great pitching performance today from that young man. Second time he's pitched today. Gave you six, 7 strong innings. Talk some about him and the effort he gave you today.
Matt Johnson's one tough kid, and Matt Johnson looked at me and said, "Give me the dang ball." I might have filled in one word in there, but he wanted the ball. I said, "If you want the ball, brother, it's all yours." He did a great job.
You needed a big hit. Tyson Lipscomb was the guy that got it for you. When it went off the bat, I wasn't sure if it was going to get out, but it carried, and boy, that was a huge knock to really kind of get you some momentum.
Yeah, it was a tough day to get a ball out, especially backside like he did, but he had a great tournament, hit the ball really well all weekend, and man, that was a great swing for him.
How does it feel knowing that you're 33-11, I believe, getting ready to set to go to the NCAA tournament? It's been a tremendous year. You've had offense, you've had pitching. How does it feel to close it out and get that championship trophy?
It feels great. I mean, I'm really proud of our guys. I've told our guys all year, we got a whole lot more than just 9 good players, and we've had guys step up with injuries and illnesses and all kinds of things all year, and we've had a whole bunch of guys contribute. So proud of this whole group. It's a collective group effort. It really is. Some people say it. You can look through our stats. We've had a bunch of guys that have contributed in a lot of different ways. So a real team effort. These guys are so close, and they bond so well. They spend so much time together. Man, there's nothing more fun than championship tournament baseball.
It is. I think we have an announcement coming with the all-tournament team and the most outstanding player. Congratulations, Coach. As soon as the announcements are made, we'll talk to that most outstanding player. I'll send it back up to you, Troy.
All right. Big win there for the Grizzlies. And I know we'll have the all-tournament team coming up here in just a few moments. I think they're all ready for that announcement as well. I'm going to wait here for just a little bit. I think we are now.
Here to present the award on behalf of Hartford Collegiate Athletic Conference is the Associate Commissioner, Stacey Ledoux, and the Commissioner, Jay Jones. At this time, we'll recognize the members of the HCAC All-Tournament Team.
Pull out a little bit too.
From Brooklyn, Jack Howard. From Manchester, Austin Noel. From Roseville, Michael Davis. From Pennsylvania, Austin Taylor. From Pennsylvania, Calvin Schubert. From Anderson, Trey Norton.
Four.
Walter Stoll. From Brentford, Jackson Young. 2023 HCAC Tournament Most Outstanding Player from Franklin College is Tyson Lipscomb. The HCAC Tournament runners-up. Congratulations to Anderson University.
Choose, they get him.
Outstanding team.
Choose, they get him. Pick in, choose. That's good.
And now, your 2023 HCAC Tournament
Choose, go back.
Congratulations to the Franklin College Grizzlies.
Not that tight.
As an automatic bid
Get them all in
into
there.
the 2023
Get them all in.
NCAA Division III Baseball Championship.
Pull out a little bit. Pull out some more. Get everybody in there. Thank you. Sean, let's do some interviews if you can.
Going to be going back down to Sean here in a couple of moments as you see the champions being crowned here in Kokomo, the 2023 baseball champions. Sean right there to the right will be sneaking in there to see if he can grab a player or two. I think he's trying to get to the tournament most outstanding player. Let's go back downstairs to Sean Kroll.
Tyson Lipscomb, and you know, you guys, as you guys got off the deck, as I talked with Coach after last night's game, looking for a big hit. You came up in that situation, bases loaded. Were you looking for a specific pitch, and you went kind of oppo taco with it?
Yeah, I was waiting for something outside to drive it that way. I felt like I was doing that well all tournament, so I kind of just stuck to my plan and went that way, and it all worked out.
Did Coach give you a rest from your legs last night, playing you in left field instead of behind the dish?
Yeah, he gave me a little rest with John coming in to pitch from right field, put me out in the outfield, so I got a little rest. I think it helped. I was fresh today and ready to go.
How does it feel being a senior and closing out your career with the conference championship in the tournament and heading to the NCAA tournament? It's got to be pretty satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. I mean, I came up to all of our other seniors. I was 4 years. I mean, first year we didn't even get to play that long, but the other 2 years falling short in the tournament. So it all built up to this, and yeah, I'm just incredibly thankful.
I'm sure you don't care who and where you play, but what's it going to be like to be watching the draw and seeing Franklin's name come up on the screen in the NCAA tournament?
And it's going to be amazing. You know, when I was a freshman and sophomore, we had plenty of guys who had went to the NCAA tournament and talked about how much of an amazing experience it was. And, you know, I'm just ready to experience that. And, yeah, we're ready to go.
Well, congratulations on a tournament win and the most outstanding player. Go get you a T-shirt.
Thank you.
All right, Sean Kroll with Tyler Lipscomb, the most outstanding player of this tournament. I think he's going to get another one right here.
Here with Jonathan LaGuire-Cruz. You're a graduate transfer. This is your first year at Franklin, and you end up with a conference title. Does it make it all worth it?
It does, definitely. Came 4 years from Marion, and I came to a place where I really feel at home, and I've enjoyed every single second of it. It's been awesome.
You know, it's amazing the camaraderie with the team. It looks like you played with them for 4 years. They seem to have embraced you and your game and brought you in. You pitched some yesterday, played right field. Talk about the experience you've had all year with these guys.
all year. It's just like you said, it feels like I've been here all 4 years. Me and Dylan Sprong both came from Marion, and they just took us in, and it's been an awesome year. They took us right in. It feels like we've been home ever since.
Well, I want you to know that we broadcast sports all throughout the year: football, basketball, baseball. Troy Darren-Gasky up there made you first team all facial hair team for SRN this year.
I really appreciate that. I've been growing it out, I think 5-6 months, so it's been a little bit long.
He thinks we should grow it out. I don't think I could quite get it that long. It wouldn't look that good, but kudos to you. Good luck in the tournament.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
5-6 months. It'd take me 5 or 6 years to get it to a beard like that. But again, congratulations to the Franklin Grizzlies, and I think we might have even one more. Look at Sean working hard down there.
We got Matthew Johnson, the starting pitcher of today's game, and Coach said you came up to him this morning and said, "Give me the ball." We'll take out a few words of that. You wanted the ball today, didn't you?
What was that?
You wanted the ball today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I don't know what to say.
He looks like a baby down here, I'm telling you what, but he was a bulldog on the mound. How did you want to work the hitters after watching what Anderson did last night in the late innings? What was your game plan coming into today?
Get ahead and stay ahead. Throw strikes as much as I can and throw as hard as I can every pitch.
How long did you think you could go? You had 126 pitches in the first game that you pitched against Manchester, I believe. Did you go to Coach and say, "Hey, my tank's getting low, let's get some guys up," or did you just wait for him to pull you?
I waited for him to pull me. I wanted to go all 9, honestly.
Gotta love that as a sophomore, wanting to go all 9. Congratulations on making all-tournament team. Enjoy the NCAA tournament.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's going to do it again for our coverage here in Kokomo as Franklin, the 2023 HCAC baseball champions. Next up, they will head to the NCAA tournament. I want to thank the entire crew. Great job. 4 days of excellent baseball coverage. We want to thank you as well for joining us right here on HCAC TV.